Hello, welcome to the Demystified Tarot's weekly reading. And I'm already picking the cards for this week. I'm using the Tarot of Golden Wheel by Myla Losenko, which I really like because it has this like Slavic roots, and I'm Polish, so I always felt drawn to it. And like it's very beautiful in general. So let me just get the cards. And as usual, I'm doing the reading from Thursday, so that would be the 3rd July till next Wednesday, the 9th July, which is my birthday. So yeah, let's see what kind of week is ahead for the collective, which I guess includes me. So I'm always interested in those readings as well. Oops, sorry. And I'll get one more card, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop. Okay, you wanted to jump out. All right, so let me just kind of put them neatly somehow. At the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Swords. And for me, this card often is more of a, just like a background. So it gives me the kind of big picture background kind of situation. So with of Swords, there's always some kind of uncertainty, having a choice and not knowing which choice is the correct one, or like having two truths and not being able to see which truth can be the right one, even though sometimes both truths can be, well, true at the same time. Not always, but sometimes. So anyway, some kind of confusion, some kind of choice and uncertainty, and not knowing, what's the good path to take, what's the good thing to do. Then in the main cards, which is really the main thing, we have 10 of Swords, King of Wands, 3 of Wands, the Hermit, and the Strength. So again, mostly we have the Swords, the Wands, and some major arcana here, but a lot of fiery energy for sure. But we start with 10 of Swords, so some kind of, I would say, loss, and in a way of you've lost something, lost a battle, lost a job, lost a relationship, something ended and it was a very painful ending. Maybe you're still going through it at the beginning of the week, maybe it's going to happen at the beginning, maybe it's kind of left over from the last week, since I generally tend to look a little with the timeline, like it's a whole week, but there is a bit of a timeline from left to right? And this depiction here is pretty close to the traditional one of someone being stuck with swords in the back. So there can be a betrayal feeling that, things didn't end well, like someone didn't behave as they should, they didn't give you the proper ending. You kind of either were surprised, backstabbed, or just kind of blindsided by it, and maybe even attacked and treated unfairly. But always with this card, there's the sunset as well. So as this battle has ended, there's a new day rising. So you're going to rise up as a possibly transformed person. Like, this is not a death card, right? But like for me, it's a bit of a small death card, because he's not likely to make it. And like in the traditional actually tarot deck, the person is already, well, dead on the card. So what is death in the tarot? It's the rebirth as well. It's the transformation, the change. Something ends, something begins. Anyway, from 10 of Swords further on in that week, we have a little better energies coming. So then there's King of Wands. King of Wands is the King of Fire, small emperor also. In a good way, it can be a very active, very creative, very passionate person who knows what they want and they know what to do to get it. But on a negative side, it may be a bit egocentric person who doesn't fully care about the consequences of their actions, especially for other people other than themselves. If it's the negative part, I would say that person might be the kind of person influencing the 10 of Swords. But because it's after the Ten of Swords, I think maybe not. I think maybe after this loss, you will find the energy, and you will dust off, get up, and feel like this fire inside, that you want something new. You deserve better, and you can get it. And I think you don't fully know what it is that you want to get, but I think this represents like a new fire. And I say that also because, again, the Two of Swords, the uncertainty. So as I say, you don't maybe see it yet. But also why I say you don't see it yet, because in the middle we have Three of Wands, which is somewhat a card of waiting. It's a card of doing, really, like wands are doing, but the Three of Wands represent the waiting of putting your investments out there, putting the word out, putting the work out, but now like kind of being in this stage of waiting for return on that investment. You're watching the actions you've already done slowly just take place and start bearing results. So you can, especially in this deck, him reaching, I feel like you feel it's at the reach of your hand. You're almost there. You can almost see it, but it's not quite there yet. And that's why this like waiting Three of Wands, this almost feeling with here reaching out, that's why I say like you're not quite fully sure what exactly that's going to be. But on the other hand, I also will feel there's some kind of withdrawal from you, the hermit, hermiting phase. When you go back in within, you want to reach out or reach down into your experience, your wisdom, whatever you accumulated throughout the year and your life, really. And you might not really be like the best team player now, or you might feel like you are alone. Doesn't mean like you won't be able to work with other people later on and figure things, but I think now you feel like you're a bit alone in this, and you have to do it yourself. You have to use your wisdom, your connections, all the things that you already created, and kind of withdraw into yourself and see what are the resources I have to make it better. Like, how do I make a comeback, after the Ten of Swords? Like, which part of your knowledge of yourself you can use to your benefit to come back. And I think it's okay, because you're waiting. As I said, you have this waiting and this not knowing phase, and I think it's a proper response to kind of go back into within and try to figure the answer, instead of like, what can you do anyway? You're waiting. Go back, meditate, see if you missed anything, and focus on yourself. And finally, you have strength, the card of being strong, but it's a fiery energy. Although I always find it like kind of also weird, because it's not the physical strength. It's not the card that really of doing much. Usually it's pretty restful. It's the beast that's been doing. And the Empress on the card, she tamed the beast. She calmed it down. And in a very not dynamic, not active way. So be strong. I think this strength talks about mental and emotional and kind of internal strength, not physical, not financial. Just be strong mentally, know your worth, know that you will get through it. The strength does remind me a bit of the King of Wands energy, but it's a little softer. This is very masculine, very like, yeah, let's go. So I feel at the beginning you do put a lot of energy, you put out those investments, those seeds, but then you're kind of waiting. You will have a moment of sitting and waiting for the actions to come back, and you need that wait, because you need to heal, you need to recover from that stuff. Was whatever it was, it's gonna be painful, okay? Or it was painful. And to be honest, there's not like classically healing cards. Hermit can have a bit of a healing energy with it, but it makes sense to kind of withdraw and regain your strengths and recuperate before you like fully hit it back. Again, the only really energetic card I would say is this one. All the other cards are very chill and very kind of withdrawn a bit. But yeah, I think it's going in a good direction. You know, you're ending on a very strong note that week with the Hermit and Strength. Again, somewhat inactive energy, very kind of chill, but not bad. It's card of wisdom and your inner strength. So it tells me that whatever happened here, you will get back from it. Like it didn't kill you, you know. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. Like literally, like how fitting is like what didn't kill you, it made you stronger. So I think things gonna go well. But let me just pull like some advice card for the end. Since we have some time, I don't know. Oops. So we have Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, and Eight of Wheels. Since it's an advice, so I would say with Nine of Swords, try not to overthink. I know it's hard, a lot of happened, but try to calm your thoughts. Know that you have the strength, you have the wisdom to get through it, and you have the energy. But I think you will have moments when it's going to be hard to maybe sleep, but it's going to be hard to not overthink and not to let your fears interfere with you, you know. Four of Cups, you also will feel disappointed, so try not to focus on this like victim mentality. It's like, why me, why it happened to me, why I have to do this, why this person or whatever happened to me, you know. Try not to go in there. I think it's going to be very tempting, especially with, you know, these two energies of this kind of negative thinking. So try to focus on what you have, or, you know, there's always a gift in this card that this person under the tree doesn't see and doesn't acknowledge. They only focus on the negative. So try to look through gratitude practice into things that you have and the good things that come, because in life that happens. Usually the worst things that happen to us, they lead us to the best things that happen to us later. We just don't see them yet. So try to have this kind of optimistic thinking when you understand, yeah, this was difficult, this hurt, but I'll be okay, I'll pass, and there will be good days ahead again. But also I would say, you know, keep putting work into what you're doing, and I think that that would also align well, with the energy of the Hermit and the Strength, because just keep putting your wisdom, keep putting your strength, keep putting that energy. And you know, this is not the fancy work. This is the day-to-day little things, little to-do tasks, little habits that will make you better and make you more successful. It's not fancy, it's not loud. Do the little small things, your routines, as I say, your habits especially, that will help you shape up. Even, you know, do small jobs, even things that you feel like, maybe it's not amazing, it's not what I wanted, but if it gives you something, if it moves you towards your goal, do it. So thank you so much. Hope, you know, it's going to be a good week for you. I hope it will be helpful what you heard. And again, good luck for this part of the week, or even maybe the end of this week, really. Thank you so much, guys.